History remembers the atrocities of the Holocaust. It remembers the shadow of the mushroom cloud. But hidden in the frozen plains of Manchuria, there was a place so dark, so depraved, that the world agreed to bury its secrets in exchange for its data. This was Unit 731, a factory of death where human beings were no longer people. They were Maruta, logs of wood to be burned, dissected, and discarded. Today, we step inside the laboratory of nightmares to uncover the truth Japan tried to erase, and the deal the West made to keep it quiet. In 1932, a brilliant but fanatical doctor named Shiro Ishii looked at the landscape of modern warfare and saw a future not of bullets, but of bacteria. Ishii believed that the ultimate weapon wasn't a bomb, it was the Black Death. Backed by the Imperial Japanese Army, Ishii established the Epidemic Prevention and Water Purification Department. It sounded noble. It was a lie. Under the cover of a massive industrial complex in Pingfang, occupied China, Ishii built a city of horrors, spanning 6 square kilometers and containing over 150 buildings. This was Unit 731. Here, Ishii was king, and his subjects were the thousands of Chinese, Russian, and Allied prisoners who would never see the sun again. To the doctors and scientists of Unit 731, the prisoners weren't human. They were referred to as Maruta, the Japanese word for logs. This linguistic dehumanization allowed men who were once fathers and students to perform the unthinkable. One of the most horrific practices was vivisection. Surgeons would perform internal operations on living, conscious victims, often without anesthesia. They believed that the use of anesthetics would contaminate the biological results. They opened chests to watch a heartbeat. They removed organs to see how long a human could survive without them. When a victim finally died, their body was thrown into massive crematoriums. But the vivisections were just the beginning. Unit 731 was, at its core, a biological weapons factory. Ishii's obsession was the plague. They bred millions of fleas fed on the blood of plague-infected rats. These plague bombs, porcelain shells designed to shatter at high altitudes, were tested on prisoners tied to stakes in open fields. But they didn't stop at the plague. Prisoners were injected with anthrax, cholera, and syphilis under the guise of vaccinations. They were forced into pressure chambers to see how much the human lung could withstand before exploding. They were put into giant centrifuges and spun until they died, simply to study the effects of extreme G-force. Manchuria's winters are lethal. Dr. Yoshimura Hisato, a lead researcher, used this environment for frostbite research. Prisoners were taken outside in sub-zero temperatures, their limbs doused in water and fanned until they were frozen solid. Guards would strike the frozen limbs with wooden clubs. If they made a clinking sound like wood, the experiment could proceed. The limbs were then doused in hot water to test various rewarming methods, often resulting in the skin and flesh peeling away from the bone in seconds. As the Soviet Union invaded Manchuria in August 1945, Ishii ordered the total destruction of Unit 731. The remaining Maruta were gassed to death to ensure no witnesses remained. The buildings were dynamited. Ishii told his staff, "Take the secret to your grave." But the secret didn't stay buried. Ishii and his top scientists fled back to Japan with their suitcases full of research data. When the US occupation began, General Douglas MacArthur and the American government faced a choice: prosecute these men for war crimes or take their data. The United States chose the data. In exchange for immunity from prosecution, Ishii handed over thousands of slides of human tissue, detailed reports on biological warfare, and the results of his human experiments. Many of the doctors of Unit 731 didn't go to prison. They became deans of medical schools, heads of pharmaceutical companies, and even the founders of the Japanese National Institute of Health. To this day, the Japanese government has never fully apologized or compensated the victims. The horrors of Unit 731 remain a jagged scar on history, a reminder of what happens when science is stripped of its humanity, and when justice is traded for a seat at the table of power.